today has 200 franchise locations and close to $300 million in annual sales. But he says beginning in the middle of last year, he saw a significant deceleration in growth.
People are moving less. Obviously, the interest rates are higher, and so we're impacted by that as well.
He says housing and consumer spending trends are a good predictor of how his business will fare.
When there's bad news on Wall Street, when there's ticks up in the interest rate and people are not buying homes or selling them for the price that they were a year ago, that's going to trickle down to companies like ours that are in the home services space.
Friedman says that's when the company buckles down and becomes more conservative and disciplined about borrowing and spending. With Money News from Bloomberg on KYW, I'm Jill Schneider.
Planning a summer vacation? Overseas travel could face trouble as passport issuance delays persist. Here's CBS's Steve Kathan.
College sophomore Kylie Parker applied months in advance to get a passport for a summer study abroad program.
I spent 8 hours a day on the phone with the passport line the other day. We're getting no calls through, no calls back.
The State Department issued a record 22 million passports last year. Current demand is higher, about 500,000 applications rolling in a week. Airline analyst Henry Harteveld.
It's not just alarming, it's embarrassing. I know people have been waiting 3-4 months to get their passports fulfilled.
Secretary of State Blinken says there has been an increase in funding and staffing.
We're really digging in on this. We were authorizing overtime. We've opened satellite offices.
Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The clock ticks as the debate on the debt ceiling continues. That's coming up on KYW.
WPHI-FM Jenkintown, KYW and WIP-FM HD2 Philadelphia.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Benefits, HR, hiring, payroll, it's so complicated, but it doesn't have to be. Hi, I'm Joe Carfagno from Clear Employer Services. I work with small businesses to expertly handle all your HR needs. Do you feel like you're always interviewing new talent? At Clear Employer Services, we have the secret to retaining talent for you. Don't watch your good employees walk out the door. Talk with me directly about keeping your employees happy. Go to hruncomplicated.com so you can go back to running your business.
Preferred vendor of Independence Blue Cross. Visit hruncomplicated.com.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have it all in stock, ready to deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.com. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
It's the Memorial Day sales event at Ross Choate's Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. We're excited to celebrate the holiday with you, our loyal customers. The inventory is here, and we're celebrating with huge discounts across our entire Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, and Dodge lines. Folks, it's Wrangler season. Lease a 2023 Wrangler 4xe Willys for just $369 a month, or take up to $7,050 off MSRP on the 2022 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. The Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 gets up to $12,735 in discount and rebates. Ram, over $12,000 off. Get finance rates as low as 1.9% on the 2023 Compass. Yes, I said 1.9%. Call us at 866-415-8892 or visit NorristownCDJR.com. Now, without the fast talk, Wrangler leases 39 months, 10,000 miles a year, $49.98 to its signing. Finance rates are in lieu of some rebates with approved credit. Tax, license, and $449 doc fee additional ends 5/31/23.
I like the night for my dad.
I like the night for my daughter.
I like the night to end blood cancer.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Advances made in blood cancer research are leading to treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help light the path to cures. Join Light the Night today.
David Madden standing by with your latest news. Get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy and pay no interest for 5 full years. WindowNation.com. KYW News Time, 3 o'clock.
Live from Odyssey headquarters.
High above the Schuylkill River.
All news
and all that matters to you.
KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
A week and a half before a potential American default, talks continue to avert that between Republicans and the White House.
New Jersey's Attorney General is suing a school district over a policy that requires parental notification for LGBTQ identifying students. I'm Mike Darby.
A triple shooting in West Philadelphia leaves 1 dead, another critical. Aaron Nola takes the hill for the Phils at the bank against the Cubs in about an hour. It's overcast, 67 degrees here in Center City. We'll drop to 58 with a couple of showers for an overnight low. And good afternoon, everybody. I'm David Matten. Here's the top of the news at the top of the 3 o'clock hour. Negotiations are back on in Washington in an effort to avert America's first economic default by raising the debt ceiling. It's due to be exceeded in about a week and a half. Correspondent Elizabeth Schuylkill.
Overnight, President Biden said he is not concerned about the talks, but time is running out. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has said that a deal needs to be reached this weekend to pass legislation through the House and the Senate before June 1st. That is when the Treasury Secretary has warned the government could run out of money, and there are some big payments due that day, including $47 billion for Medicare, billions more for veterans benefits, and military salaries.
Now, House Republicans want to trade enough votes to raise the ceiling in return for steep budget cuts, something Democrats in the Biden administration oppose. Other issues include unspent COVID relief funds and proposed new work requirements to receive some federal aid like food stamps. G7 nations talk the war in Ukraine. That story coming up after traffic and weather at 3:02 on KYW. Mosey on over to the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, and Andy Anderson is taking a look at construction delays on 95.
And it's going to be in Delco. What a surprise. Okay, 95 southbound, starting at Ridley Park. You get bumped out of that left lane. You don't get to use that left lane again until you go to 476 interchange. We're seeing delays starting before 420 as you're working your all the way down through. Once you hit the 476, though, that southbound picks up very quickly. Northbound, a little bit of a delay coming out of Delaware up to about 322. That's just going to be volumes. And then we've got what looks like what's left of an accident northbound off on the left shoulder at 420. Not blocking, no police with it. It's just people slowing down a little bit to give them some space and also try and figure out what it's all about. So we're seeing some better northbound delays as you clear the Blue Route. You get further 95 northbound again. You got that delay, it looks like starting right around Island Avenue, going past 291 all the way up to downside of the Gerard Point Bridge. Things pick up very quickly after that. Schuylkill 76, both the 76 ramps getting to the Vine eastbound, those are jammed up, no surprises there. Westbound, you got it slow right around Center City, and then again, as you get by the boulevard, running up through the Gladwin area towards the curb, eastbound, that really starts slowing down by City Avenue, coming all the way down towards the south. It's going to be a real push trying to get through there. Kelly Drive, we shut down Strawberry Mansion and found green for the regatta for the rest of the day. I've taken 30 bypass eastbound before Thorndale. Look for that right lane closed. You got some crews out there. Also, Neshaminy Route 1 southbound ramp to Rock Hill Drive. They're doing reconstruction. That's going to be kind of blocked off and being worked on until Monday at 6 a.m. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement 24-hour traffic center. 12 months no interest financing and nothing down. TrustPJ.com. I'm Andy Anderson.
Check now on NBC 10 First Alert Weather, sponsored by Pierce Phelps and your local Carrier air conditioning contractor. Here's meteorologist Marvin Gold.
Happy Saturday, everyone. We have seen a couple of showers move across the Pennsylvania suburbs, but it is New Jersey where I expect the bulk of the wet weather to continue even into the afternoon. Temperatures for today will climb up to about 74 degrees, and we are waiting for a cold front to sweep across the region, and the system will be bringing a couple of showers late this afternoon into the evening hours from west to east, so areas like Berks County and the Lehigh Valley will get to see some of the wet weather, and that action will eventually slide across the city late this evening. Temperatures for tonight at 58 degrees across the city. Tomorrow we're warming up to 78 during the afternoon. Expect sunny skies for tomorrow afternoon. Climbing up to 77 on Monday. High pressure will build in across the region, allowing our entire area to enjoy beautiful weather Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 77, as I mentioned, for Monday, 73 on Tuesday. Wednesday, temperatures near 80 degrees during the afternoon. I'm NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Marvin Gomez.
Cloudy skies, 67 degrees over the Schuylkill River this afternoon. We'll drop down to 58 for an overnight low. 3:05 on KYW. A North Jersey school district is being sued by the state attorney general at issue a policy that allegedly violates the rights of LGBTQ students. Here's KYW South Jersey reporter Mike safeguard. Hanover Township school policy requires the district to notify parents if their kids identify as gay or change genders. Attorney General Matt Platkin filed a civil rights complaint to block the policy, which he says is discriminatory. He says the state is, quote, extremely proud of the contributions LGBTQ students make to classrooms and communities, and he remains committed to protecting them from discrimination in schools. Platkin had no issue with some other aspects of the policy, which require parental notification for things like violence and substance abuse. Republican State Senator Ed Durr says teachers are only in a child's life for a brief time, and they shouldn't be keeping any secrets from parents.
The thing is, it's their children, their responsibility, their right to have knowledge of what's going on in their child's life, no matter what it would be.
Platkin has filed a preliminary injunction to block the Hanover policy. Durr says what happens with this case could be a bellwether for school districts statewide. At the South Jersey Bureau, Mike Dahl, KYW News Radio, 103.9 FM. One adult is dead, 2 teens hospitalized after a shooting last night in West Philadelphia at 56th and Baltimore Avenue. All 3 were taken to a hospital where 21-year-old Michael Goodwin was pronounced dead. As for those teens, one is critical, the other is stable. No weapon found. A suspect is being sought. The G7 summit continues in Japan, with America announcing new actions to deal with the war in Ukraine.
All before Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky landed in Hiroshima, Japan, to attend the Industrialized Nations Summit there, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan announced a big shift in U.S.-Ukraine policy, approving the transfer of some F-16 and other jets by allies to Ukraine as it battles Russia.
The obvious first step there is to do the training and then to work with allies and partners and the Ukrainians to determine how to do the actual provision plans as we move forward.
Officials in Japan with the president also announced more sanctions on Russia and people close to Vladimir Putin. Tom Cody, CBS News, Washington.
The National Guard's been accused of leaking highly classified Pentagon documents will await trial in the brig. Correspondent Michelle Miller.
A federal judge in Massachusetts denied bail to Jack Texera Friday and said that he is a flight risk and a severe risk to obstruct justice. The 21-year-old faces charges under the Espionage Act. New court documents filed this week claim that his superiors reprimanded him at least twice for viewing and taking notes on sensitive information not related to his primary job as an IT specialist.
Capitol Hill lawmakers are calling for immediate changes when it comes to classifying Pentagon documents and deciding just who gets access to them. The latest state to attempt to tighten abortion guidelines, Nebraska. The legislature has approved a ban on the procedure 12 weeks after conception. It also limits gender-affirming care for minors. Debate over the proposals was quite emotional, according to correspondent John Grinvald.
A scene from inside the rotunda just after the vote. Shouts of shame roared like a drumbeat to the legislature floor. Then came tearful embraces and resilient chants. Inside the chamber, emotions ran high.
Republican Governor Jim Pillen has promised to sign the measures into law. Republican presidential hopefuls have rushed to support Daniel Penny, a white U.S. Marine veteran who was caught on video pinning an agitated black subway passenger to the floor in a fatal chokehold. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis urged the nation to show Penny that, in his words, America's got his back. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley called for New York's governor to pardon Penny. Top Republicans have tried to make rising crime rates a political liability for Democrats. Democrats and racial justice advocates counter the GOP messaging around restoring law and order plays on deep-seated racism. 3:09 on KYW. We'll check the highways in the tri-state in 3 minutes.
Working from home, stay informed. Just ask your smart speaker to play KYW News Radio.
The sounds of summer. Calm, peaceful, relaxing. Until your AC crashes. Keep your cool with help from Carrier, your go-to source for home comfort. At nopaycarrier.com, get the facts on cool cash rebates up to $1,550. 0% financing for up to 120 months on the brand built around you since 1902. And installed by local experts you can trust. nopaycarrier.com. Carrier, turn to the experts.
0% financing for qualified buyers. Rebates extended to June 30th.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional
401ks in mutual funds. Hi, I'm Sean Valentine. I'm right here in the greater Philadelphia area. I want to tell you about a Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economist and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Harvard, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income for the same dollar saved. Your money is never at risk. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working a year sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get your free copy of this brand new movie. It's a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. Plus, I'm going to include my new book, Crash Proof Wealth. I'll even cover shipping and handling. No credit card required. Call right now, 800-346-9797, 800-346-9797. Again, 800-346-9797.
If your stunning home has gone a little stale, it might be time to contact your local CertaPro painters. We bring the power of pro to every job. That's CertaPro's power to do the job right the first time, every time, and the power to renovate your home without breaking down walls. Take your home from blah to booyah. Get on CertaPro's schedule today at CertaPro.com. CertaPro Painters Business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contractor registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Messaging data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This is Flea for the Still Light, the podcast about falling in love with music. I started a non-profit music school about 20 years ago called the Silver Lake Conservatory of Music. The reason that I started doing this podcast was music education. I'll be speaking with Rick Rubin, Thundercats, Stuart Copeland, Margot Price, Corey Henry, Cynthia Arriva, Sheila E., and Patty Smith.
Please listen and follow This Little Light, a presentation of Cadence 13 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dealing with dead animals in Philadelphia can be complicated. The story after traffic and weather on the 2 sponsored by Penn Medicine. Andy Anderson and the B.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center.
Thank you. It's still pretty busy in Delaware County. 95 southbound. You'll lose that left lane starting at Ridley Park, running right down to the Blue Route 476. Because of that, we are seeing heavy delays still starting before 420, running right down to 476. Then that southbound picks up very quickly. Northbound, a little bit of a crowd coming out of Delaware up to about 322. And then you've got it again starting right at 476. Heading up to about 420. We've got what's left of an accident up on the left shoulder, but the cars are towed right up against the edge of the line. So people slowing down to get by the airport, running up to the downside of the Gerard Point Bridge. We are looking at some slow go as well. A lot of people trying to file into the stadiums. Also heavy delays on that northbound ramp feeding into Broad. And of course, we're seeing it jammed up on 291 running all the way across Platte Bridge, heading into South Philly. So give yourself extra time there as well. Both the 76 ramps getting into the Vine eastbound, those are jammed up. If you're running westbound 76, west side of Center City, looks like up to about Montgomery, you got the slow go. Not much of a breather though, because then the brakes hit again. Right around the boulevard, heading up to, looks like past Belmont before things start to pick up. That loop ramp, 476 north to 76 west, that's jammed. And eastbound 76 starting by City Ave, coming down the west side of Center City, and that is slow as well. Philly Drive shut down. Strawberry Mansion and Fountain Green, that's where the regatta going on. 35 past eastbound before Thorndale. Look for that right lane closed. You've got some construction going on. And if you're going to be in Jersey, we're looking at delays 42 as you're running northbound, feeding right into the 76, 676 area. Very slow through there. Also 55 northbound. That is jammed as you're trying to get 42. Penn Medicine Heart and Vascular Center, the region's only nationally ranked program. Visit pennmedicine.org/advanced heart care to schedule an appointment. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Andy Anderson.
NBC 10 First Alert weather now with meteorologist Marvin Gomez.
Showers continue to slide across most of New Jersey. We've seen a couple of showers move near the city and the Pennsylvania suburbs. For this afternoon, I do expect cloudy conditions across most of PA, but New Jersey will continue to track the rain. We're waiting for a cold front to arrive from the west, bringing some additional showers across Bucks County and the Lehigh Valley late this evening. And by tonight, I do expect some of those showers to be across the city. 74 degrees our high temperature temperature for today dropping to 58 tonight, and tomorrow we're warming up to 78 with mostly sunny skies during the afternoon. Quiet weather is expected for your Monday with temperatures into the mid-70s. I'm NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Marvin Gomez.
Sunny, cloudy right now, 67 degrees here in Center City, 64 in Westchester, dropping down to 58 with a couple of showers that are going to go through the area this evening.
KYW News Radio 103.9 FM is always live and always free on the Odyssey app.
Overheating and Cooling sponsors 3 things to know at 3:15. An empowerment summit for girls in the region has grown over the last few years, according to the woman who started it. An Eagles fundraiser for autism research and care is held at the lake. Our top story with the clock ticking toward what could be America's first financial default, talks continue in D.C. to avert that. There's no word of progress. President Biden is scheduled to return from the G7 summit in Japan tomorrow to take part in those talks. All that in the next 15 minutes. I'm David Benton, Gina Pompilio, and Anna McNiven at the editor's desk. Hundreds of girls turned out for an empowerment summit created by a high school junior 5 years ago. Here's KYW's Hadas Kuznets.
The first year that Julia Casper created Girl Spark, she had about 100 attendees. This year, 135 middle school girls and 115 high school girls signed up. In 2018, when I was struggling with my mental health and I was struggling with anxiety, I was looking for a place to go that wasn't group therapy, that would help me build a supportive community of women, but also learn from them. The summit consists of speaker sessions and workshops addressing issues including mental health, self-confidence, financial literacy, healthy relationships, body issues, and more. College strategist Linda Hollenbach was among the speakers. She likens the path to success to making a wrong turn on your GPS.
It doesn't say, you can't get to your destination. It says recalculating. And that's the way life is, that you can take a step, assess where you're at, and take another step towards your goals.
This was 15-year-old Sophia Bass's second Girl Spark Summit.
What do you think is the biggest issue facing young women?
I'd say maybe mental health.
What do you get out of programs like this?
Firstly, you have to meet new people, which is important. But other skills that you take with you later in life. In media, Hadas Kuznets, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
The Eagles Autism Challenge took place today at the Link, a fundraiser for research and care programs that brought several hundred people out for a run, walk, or bike ride in the rain. Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie.
Just gets exponentially bigger every year. I mean, it's local, it's regional, and it's becoming national and global.
Founder Ryan Hammond enjoyed welcoming back some old friends and family that came all the way from the Netherlands. He also came to Philadelphia for the first year of the challenge in 2018. He was 8 years old then, now 13. He came back this year to participate with his father, mother, siblings, and grandparents.
I reached out and I was like, did you mean to be a virtual participant? And they're like, no, like if American football can say autism is okay, like we're going to bring our son.
Now, Eagles Autism Challenge has raised more than $20 million since 2018. It's funded a total of 63 research projects and community grants. There is a protocol in Philadelphia dealing with the removal of dead animals from sidewalks and city streets, but can be complicated, as one resident found out firsthand, who shared his story with KYW's John Devin.
At the instruction of a 311 operator, John Ross was scooping the body of a dead spring dog on the sidewalk in front of his West Philadelphia home near 43rd and Haverford.
Yeah, the 311 said, just pick it up, put it in a bag, and wait till next pickup.
But with the next trash pickup scheduled for Tuesday, the former science teacher had not only health concerns but questioned the disposal process.
There should be a place to put organic matter, like dead things, that's not going to dump somewhere underground that's producing methane eventually. It's not a good idea to put even garbage underground. So why would I put a cat in a bag underground? It's just going to bubble up methane.
Ross was informed that the sidewalk is the responsibility of homeowners. If the cat's body was found at the street just feet away, the form could be submitted for the streets department workers to remove it. The city's Animal Intake Shelter Act Philly could facilitate communal cremations. If it's a pet, it costs $10. If it's a stray, it's free. Ross weighed his options and dropped the remains of the animal off at Acton. John McDevitt, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
Down the KYW News Radio scoreboard. Phil's trying to end the 5-game losing streak this afternoon when they host the Chicago Cubs. Game 2 of a 3-game weekend set at the Bank. Aaron Nola scheduled to start. The Union takes to the field in Chester this evening to take on the New England Revolution. And there are reports sports that the Sixers will soon meet with former Toronto Raptors head coach Nick Nurse as they seek a replacement for fired head coach Doc Rivers. 3:20 on KYW. We'll check the highways next.
Hey, it's Dave here in Philadelphia's Morning News. Do you think you're one of Philadelphia's biggest sports fans? Do you know someone who has a great story about their fandom? Well, we want to tell these stories in our Philadelphia Sports Fan of the Week series. Hit us up at kywnewsradio.com/fans.
Sponsored by Creative Comfort Solutions, Heating and Cooling.
You're gonna love this house, Sergeant Riley.
Just look at these high ceilings.
The upstairs is even better. You can read the Constitution from your window.
Upstairs? I don't see any stairs.
Oh, just strap on this harness and climb right up.
Up this rock climbing wall.
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Like saving up to 15% with our claims-free discount if you haven't filed a claim in 5 years, even if you've been with another provider. Learn more today at usaa.com/insuremyhome. Discounts rated by location may not be available in all states. Restrictions apply. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliate, San Antonio, Texas.
Need new floors? Floor Coverings International is one of the highest rated flooring companies, averaging 4.8 stars. They earn stars for their mobile flooring showroom, thousands of options, and being locally owned and operated. As well as professional installation and customer satisfaction. So for a stellar flooring experience, book a consultation with Floor Coverings International. Go to fcifloors.com today.
Want to travel to a faraway land? You may not have a whole lot of time. We'll explain after traffic weather hours on the Tuesday. Sponsored by the Pathways at Warrington on this Saturday afternoon. Turning kind of busy. I can tell you that Andy Anderson and the BJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center is just bursting at the grill, trying to gotta get it in. Do it, man. Do it.
Take a short trip to traffic land instead. No passport needed, but a lot of patience is apparently, especially if you're traveling through Delaware County. 95 coming southbound. That left lane, you get pushed out of it starting right around Ridley Park, running down to the Blue Route. We are seeing still heavy delays starting before 420, running just to pass the 476 ramp. So that things start to pick up. Coming northbound, you can't get much of a breather either. A little slow from right around the Delaware line up to 322. Not bad through there. Easy as it's been for a while, but still, because we had that earlier crash northbound at 420 off on the left shoulder, pieces of it still there. We're still seeing delays starting at 476, running up to just past 420. And then again, as you get by the airport, you're riding the brakes coming up and over the top of the Gerard Point Bridge, downside to almost Broad. That ramp from 95 north of Broad Street feeding into the stadiums, that's got a heavy crowd, as does 291. Really right from around the airport area, coming up the Platte Bridge, feeding all the way down into South Village. Just very busy through there right now. Both the 76 ramps getting to the Vine eastbound, those are jammed. The Vine both directions between 76 and the east side of Broad, you got the heavy crowds. If you're running eastbound 76, you're going to find a slow running through the Gladwin area from 476. And then again from, it looks like just past City Avenue, running down about South Street, you got that heavy crowd as well. Going to be in Jersey, we're still looking at 42 freeway. That northbound is very slow, feeding all the way up from 455, coming into 76, 676 area, 55 northbound, that is jammed feeding into 42. And Kelly Drive shut down Strawberry Mansion and Fountain Green for the regatta. That's going to be closed, unfortunately, for the rest of the day. Pathways of Warrington dedicated to providing a superb level of affordable care for residents in their beautiful personal care and memory care community. Pathways is now accepting new residents and offering attractive move-in rates. Schedule a private tour today at pathwaysofwarrington.com. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Andy Anderson.
NBC 10 First Alert weather, cloudy skies with a few showers tonight. Low down to 58. Tomorrow mostly sunny. We'll get to 78 on the thermometer. 67 degrees, a trifecta going in Ridley, Bensport, and along the Media Wawa line at the Swarthmore Station. Forecast sponsored by SEPTA, key to your commute. A Star Wars hotel at Disney World won't be around for much longer. Correspondent Dana Jacobson.
Since the immersive Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser opened in March 2022, it's earned some of the highest guest satisfaction ratings in Disney's history. But for many, the boutique hotel was perhaps a galaxy too far, far away. On average, the all-inclusive two-night experience cost about $5,000 for a couple, or $6,000 for a family of four. The Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser will end its final voyage September 30th.
If you want to try to make a reservation before the shutdown, the force may not help you because you'll have to wait till May 28th. Disney's trying to accommodate those already with reservations after the scheduled shutdown. 3:25 on KYW Money News Time. From Bloomberg, here's Joan Doniger.
The way we shop has changed. We're no longer window shopping. We're rather opening windows to shop.
Customers in 86% of retail transactions actually start their journey online.
Alex Partners, Brian Eshelman.
While only about 25% of those transactions are consummated in stores.
But Alex Partners and the World Retail Congress say retailers are not getting the return they'd hoped. Their profits are shrinking. Eshelman says retailers are taking an inefficient approach to e-commerce.
They're thinking about their stores business and their online business separately.
They are throwing all kinds of money at their e-business.
Almost no e-commerce project goes unfunded over the past 5 years.
Eshelman says retailers have been chasing faster fulfillment of orders when they should have been focusing on the customer first and then the customer's experience. Alex Partner says it means shifting from the product-centric mindset to a customer-centric one. With Money News from Bloomberg on KYW, I'm Joan Doniger.
Honors for an actor, his fedora, and his whip.
This year's Cannes Film Festival is all about Harrison Ford, but not for his Star Wars fame. The 80-year-old actor is retiring his beloved Indiana Jones character, who debuted 40 years ago with the swashbuckling Raiders of the Lost Ark. Kids all over the place ran around with fedoras and whips, but not snakes. Ford has been in tears often during this farewell tour, saying it's been like watching a relic of your life pass by. He says he loves the character of Indy, a professor/adventurer who has thrilled audiences throughout his career. The fifth and final film in the series is called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Debt ceiling talks resume in Washington. That story is next.
All the audio that matters to you. Hear us on the Odyssey app.
Now, a message from the Diocese of Camden. Here's Bishop Dennis Sullivan.
The South Jersey Catholic Ministries Appeal 2023 campaign is off to a strong start, having already raised over $3.8 million. This annual fundraiser sustains numerous ministries throughout South Jersey. These ministries enable the church to assist the poor who come to us in need. For our visitors to Atlantic and Cape May County, parishes at the shore will soon be presenting the annual appeal during weekend masses. Learn more about the ministries and programs supported by the annual appeal by visiting our website at camdendiocese.org/SJCMA. Please consider supporting your parish, our diocesan ministries, and those assisted by the resources raised through the Catholic Ministries Appeal. Thank you for your consideration and generous support.
Hi, I'm Benjamin Hoffman, owner of Mainline Pro Painting. We specialize in painting homes and businesses in the mainline suburbs and surrounding areas, delivering the highest quality of professionalism, attention to detail, and customer service. We also give back to our community. We recently partnered with Sherwin-Williams and the Travis Manion Foundation in painting the home of U.S. Marine veteran Chris Guarana, in honor of my father, U.S. Army veteran Lawrence Benjamin Noel. To bring your home to life, visit us at mainlinepropainting.com.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes on? They're squirming, watching cartoons, anything but helping. Luckily, it's Skechers to the rescue. Introducing new hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear you can just get your kids to step into and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on the floor and try to wrangle them on. Actually, you don't even have to touch them. With Skechers slip-ins, they just step in and go. Plus, they're so easy, they could be the first shoes your kids can put on by themselves. And Skechers slip-ins are great for older kids, too. They're quick, easy, and fun. The secret is the unique comfort pillow in the heel that helps your child's foot slide securely into place and cradle it in comfort. Plus, they're available in all types of Skechers styles with and without laces. And most are machine washable, so you can keep them looking newer longer. Get Skechers Skechers slip-ins, the where have you been all my life shoes for your kids or for mom and dad today. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever.
Just go, you goofball.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Stepping out tonight? Take along an umbrella. Trust me, you might just need it. KYW News Time, 3:30.
From the Pet Medicine Studios and medicine, turning what if into what's next.
103.9 FM.
Bensalem Talks.